Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Brick shots with Billy Antonio. For 50 more bricks. Ballin' like a with all these bricks. Welcome back, man. Got another episode of Brick Shots with Billy Antonio. Got Chris and Cam in with us. Antonio's drinking Not Your Father's again. One of our future sponsors. Oh no, was that Angry Orchard?
Just drop the ball, Billy.
My bad. Well, we had a sponsor deal lined up. Apparently not anymore. But start this week's show off. There's a lot of NBA noise coming around. A lot of excitement for the NBA draft. We got a lottery pick from Dallas, probably moving to Vegas. So we'll get into that a little bit. But first, Antonio, we're going to take it here.
Gentlemen, report to the baseline. To the baseline!
Shout out Double Helix for getting us that video. Antonio, it's the end of an era, isn't it?
Yeah. Kind of sad, bro, because this is the era me, you, Cam, and Chris came up with, right?
I'm not.
You ain't sad? I ain't say we should be sad. I said it's kind of sad.
I don't got to hear about the Bron fans no more, bro. I'm so happy, bro.
Yeah, but think about it. You're going to lose your hair soon.
Fuck, boy.
Shit like that. That just means shit like that happening. Billy, if you can't tell, but Chris got a hoodie on. His shit already gone. It's all, hey, time's is getting away from us. After the night, Billy, unless Draymond punch Ant dead in the face as soon as the game start, the Timberwolves gonna knock the Warriors out, and then you're gonna have a playoffs where you don't see LeBron, you don't see KD, you don't see Stephen Curry going to make that final playoff push. And I ain't talking about like all of them. I'm just saying like at least one of them making it to one of those big games. You ain't seeing that.
Maybe the last fourth, yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's weird. Like I said, they've been there about 10 years.
Yeah, that's a little strange, man. That's a little strange. And then, Billy was trying to say, because you see the title of the show, The End of the Era, but the future's here. The Mavericks going to capitalize on the future last night.
Yeah.
With Cooper Flag going number one to Dallas.
The most real shit I ever seen in my life.
Well,
is it though?
Yeah. This worse than Trump losing to Sleepy Joe.
Okay, well,
like I said, it's worse than that. Ain't no way Dallas should have got that number one pick.
So,
ain't no way.
All right. Put politics aside. Let's talk about the NBA. Let's talk about the NBA. Cam, just I need you for a minute. Zion to New Orleans when he could have been a Knick. That it's easy to say rigged when you look at it from just this one time, right? But let's look at Zion New Orleans getting the number one pick. Let's look at New Orleans getting Anthony Davis. Let's look at Atlanta, right? They got the number one pick last year. Let's look at DC. That was a big market team, quote unquote. But it's not Wemby to San Antonio. That's like, do we want San Antonio? Does the NBA, the lowest finals ratings ever have been San Antonio? No one cares. When Oklahoma, I know that's your team, that's going to be another low-ranking finals because of just where in the country they are. There's not enough NBA fans to care. If it's New York and LA, if it's Boston, LA, if it's Boston, even a Denver, who's a small market team, is going to give us a little more views. Golden State, who is technically a small market team, but because they've been around the finals so much, this NBA is rigged kind of thing. Now, when we see Dallas move to Vegas, that's where it's going to kind of be, I think, a little more. But you can't say the whole thing is rigged because it's not.
It's rigged.
Name me another time for the draft specifically. Where are you going to go?
I don't like. You can go back. I ain't one of them. But what happened in that draft this year was rigged.
In what way?
It's no way that you get Dallas number one pick. You can do this. You can do this 30 more times, and Dallas don't get number one pick.
Yeah, because they had a 1.4% chance.
Like I said, you can do this 30 more times, they'll never get it.
Yeah, but if you did it 100 more times, you get them. They still have a shot because of percentage league.
So never went there.
Cam, do you know how the lottery is?
You roll them balls.
Okay.
You got so many teams got so many balls, right?
Yes.
How many balls Dallas have in there?
I believe Dallas had 4.
You can't
out of 30 or something, or they had 4 out of.
You couldn't do that again.
But that's the point, though. That's why and I think the NBA is in Antonio. You can correct me if I'm wrong, and then Chris step in because you're a Dallas fan. But where teams aren't necessarily rewarded for tanking. Look at all the Sixers picks. Look at all those number one picks that did what? Nothing. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. Get Doc. And then what are they doing now? Get Paul George. Tyrese Maxey is sitting there being a superstar of an unknown superstar to not NBA fans, where you know who LeBron is. You know, even a lot of people who don't watch NBA know who Tyrese Halliburton is. Excuse me, Giannis, Joker. You know these players. You know who the fuck Tyrese Maxey is. If it was this rigged, the Lakers would be in the Western Conference Finals every year. Because that's the way to get the eyes on the product. We always say rigged. It's just like with the Chiefs in the NFL. It's rigged for the Chiefs. No one wants to watch the Chiefs. It has been horrible. That's not a good market to have. If it was rigged in the NFL also, it would be the Steelers, the Packers, and the Cowboys and the Raiders always. But the Raiders have been fire. Go ahead.
We'll get to it. It might be rigged for the Cowboys. We'll get to that later when we talk about the NFL. Continue.
I just wanted to point out the parallels in the quote unquote riggedness of
everybody. If your mama watched this, she didn't think Dallas was getting number one pick.
No, 100%. But again, Utah. What do we do with Utah? Okay, they get Cooper Flag, and what's going to happen? Nothing.
They wanted him. He fit good out there.
Probably. You're probably right. But look at a team like Dallas. Dallas can't attract free agents. The fact that they got Klay Thompson was fucking crazy. They had to get Kyrie on a trade. They drafted Dirk. They had Dirk forever because they drafted him. Dallas, for some reason, in the NBA, this has been a big thing. And Chris, this is where I want you to come in. Dallas has never been a free agent market because it's not a big basketball town because everyone's a Cowboys fan. No one really cares about the Mavericks. They sometimes even take a second seat to the Stars in the NHL. And that's something crazy. Chris, go ahead. Are you happy that the Mavericks got the first pick?
I don't give a fuck because I'm a Lakers fan.
Oh, now you're a Lakers fan. Now you're a Lakers fan.
Then move.
Yeah, you're a Lakers fan.
Move when Luka move.
Yeah, it's no loyalty.
Exactly.
That's what's wrong with y'all. There ain't no loyalty to one team.
You're right. It ain't no loyalty. That's why the Mavs gave up on Luka. I'm loyal to Luka.
You got your fishing stuff ready?
Fishing stuff for what?
All right. Don't worry about it. That's crazy though.
I got some fishing stuff.
Yeah, you just give up on Dallas. You don't think you ever come back. What if Flag come out hooping?
I don't give a fuck about Flag. I'm a Luka fan.
You was never a Dallas fan then.
So
I was a Dirk fan.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Wasn't nobody no Dirk.
So Chris, let me ask you this. Okay, if you were let's put you in the shoes. You're from Cleveland, Ohio. And when LeBron leaves Cleveland in free agency, are you bouncing with LeBron or are you pissed?
I'm a Heat fan at that point.
You one of them guys that want them.
Basketball is a star-driven sport. You follow the stars.
No, I like Lord.
This ain't
Lord.
baseball. This ain't football where you support the laundry. You support the stars. It's always been a star-driven league.
Chris is right on that. So you weren't pissed when KD bounced from Oklahoma? You were just like,
I didn't leave.
No, I'm asking, were you pissed? That was a different question.
But I didn't leave. Russell Westbrook, my favorite player. I didn't leave. I didn't leave.
That's silly to say.
Let me talk about this the draft being rigged shit first, because it's if the shit really was rigged, do you think the New York Knicks would be on 53 years without a first round pick? Second biggest market in the whole sport.
They ain't been taking, have it?
The Knicks have had the worst record in the NBA 2 times.
How long ago they been?
They've had since 1999, since the last time they were in the Eastern Conference Finals. Since then, they've also, for the number 2 pick, they have got the number 2 pick 3 different times.
Who they taking with them picks?
What's up?
Shooter, what's good? Who they taking with them picks?
The cat after Zion, they took RJ Barrett. They took the cat from France. What was his name? Frank, not Caliendo. Frank Nikita. They haven't done shit. The Knicks haven't done shit with their picks.
Yeah, sound like a GM.
The other point about how this shit isn't rigged, nobody told the Mavericks that they was going to get the first overall pick, or they wouldn't have rushed AD back to get to the playoffs. They wouldn't have played Kyrie a shitload of minutes to get him injured, and then rush AD back again, win a playoff game, and then go down to the wire on the last play-in game, which if they would have won, wouldn't have got no ping pong balls, wouldn't have got shit.
So you don't think you can rig it after that?
I'm saying if the whole idea is you give the Lakers Luka, we'll give you Cooper Flag in the draft, they're not going to rush back their 2 star players to get them injured. If you're going to build around Cooper Flag, why the fuck would you rush back the guy that you traded Luka for that's already got an injury history? Why would you play Kyrie a shitload of minutes who is fragile health? And why then when one goes down, would you play the other one a shitload of minutes and just rinse and repeat back and forth and then try your hardest to win both play-in games to make the playoffs and lose all the ping pong balls?
That's not what I'm saying.
You don't get ping pong balls once you're a top 16 team.
I'm saying, though, you don't think you can read this after all that?
It's harder.
I mean, sure, you can do it if you want. But again, the whole argument is the Mavs got the first pick because they gave Luka to the Lakers. They did the NBA a favor by putting a star in LA.
I never said that. I didn't say that.
Not Cam. It's not just about you, man. We're talking about.
Okay, I'm saying okay. Oh, you got any y'all gamble. Any y'all gamble go to the casino gamble.
Too much, yes.
So you don't think they flip that switch when they want to when you don't want too much?
Why would you flip it for a market that doesn't do shit for your bottom line in the league?
What you mean? To sell tickets. This the number one dude coming out to college right now. He gonna sell tickets no matter what.
But okay,
they just got their media rights deal. Do you really think they're worried about ticket sales for one team in a market that's not a top 5 market in the sport?
Because Cam, and I'm with Chris on this part, because if you're trying to rig the league. If you're trying to rig the league, Miami would have been what Dallas did, what lost the play-in game and got the ping pong ball, as Chris is referring to, got the ping pong ball, and then you give it to Miami. And that would be how they would rig it. They're not rigging it for Dallas.
Like Nico Harris, Bill.
Say that again.
Rouse ain't no sellout like Nico. He wasn't gonna accept it.
You don't think these people talk behind the scenes, man? Y'all old enough to realize how this works.
I'm not saying I agree with Cam. I'm just Pat Rouse wrote that shit organically.
Yes. The way it did happen seems a bit, right? But
I mean, not for real though. We done seen it though. We done seen you can't call it rigged after the trade. We seen these teams. LeBron lead Cleveland. Kyrie. Who left somewhere else? They had the whole spill of the people leaving, and then these teams. I mean, to a point, Cam not wrong.
No, okay. Let's
when
go back.
these big names lead these teams, they getting something for that shit, Billy. You're not just losing Luka and not getting some kind of back end.
No, and you're right. You're right. But check it out. If you're Melo and you leave the Nuggets, right, to go to New York, a big time team, the Knicks got worse and the Nuggets went to the Western Conference Finals the next year.
Yeah, the league definitely told the Knicks trade every fucking player that's worth a remote goddamn to get this one guy on your team so you can be trash for the next decade with them. The league definitely was all for that.
And then the year Bello left New York, they were one game away from the Eastern Conference Finals.
Y'all we talking about the draft lottery, bro. If you play roulette, they can switch their switch anytime they get ready. They clear that board out anytime they get ready. They pick your number anytime you get ready. So you telling me the NBA didn't pick?
So then, okay, all right, you want to talk about roulette? Then what do they do?
Why didn't the Bulls get it then? If you could flip a switch, why not give it to the Bulls or the Sixers, who are two significantly larger markets than the Mavericks?
Chicago had their time. Chicago will never be the same again.
It don't make a fucking. They had their coming out. If it was up to the NBA, Lakers and Knicks in the finals every single fucking year.
Rose were they last hope.
But that's just how it happened. Because if Miami even gets that number one pick, are they gonna take Derrick Rose, or do they still take Michael Beasley, who was a dog?
Like I said, if y'all don't think this was rigged, I ain't trying to have you got. Come on, man, ain't no way you didn't see that. There's no way you watched that come through your phone and didn't think it was rigged. There's no way you watched that come to your phone and didn't think it was rigged.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying it is a possibility, Cam, that it isn't. Like, it's just like with the moon landing. I'm not saying that the moon landing is fake.
I've been on that moon, man. They talking about the moon look like getting some cheese, man. Get the fuck out of there. It don't matter been on the goddamn. It look like cheese, Billy. That's what the moon look like.
Again, if you told me we did land on the moon, I could be like, all right, yeah, okay. But if you told me, yeah, we did land on the moon, I could be like, all right. That's what I'm saying.
Do y'all talk about the percentages?
Billy,
like all in all?
Billy, who we gonna listen to? Chris or the GOAT?
The GOAT.
Rob, Cleveland got the number one pick. I just don't think that was just
what are you
coincidence.
Don't you think?
Wemby with the Spurs. Oh my, let's keep LeBron going to the Knicks. Derrick Rose to the Bulls. Like, I understand the assignment, guys.
I've never seen that.
Hey, Tom. Because Bron said he don't give a fuck no more. He ain't got nothing to prove. He said, I just happen to stay in Cleveland, you know.
All right, what about Dwight Howard to the Magic? Was that rigged too?
Dwight Howard one's big as
another Shaq. They owed them. That Shaq should have never went to LA. They had to pay them retribution.
Shaq left in what, 99?
Don't matter when you get it back. Chris is that call get back.
You're saying it doesn't matter the amount of time you wait.
Oh yeah, it's always working. Money always working. It don't matter how long it's waiting. Money always.
So they were okay with Orlando just being in the fucking shit house of just nothing for a couple years, and then
because what was Shaq gonna do with a broken pin? Let's say Shaq was there with a healthy ass Penny Hardaway and they took it. All right, now y'all owe me like next season. They took away top 5 Luka. They're just like Chris like to say, he led the guys with no help to the finals. Kyrie nor none of the other players played. It was just Luka by himself. And they took him. Luka by himself. Ever in that whole Mavericks run, just Luka. So they had to get him back. According to Chris, that's what he said for a minute. So you had to pay that back right then, Chris, Billy.
Zion to the Pelicans. Do you want the number one prospect we've seen in so long to go to New Orleans? Is that what we want?
He sold tickets and jerseys.
Pretty sure that was a year where the Knicks could have been up there with the first overall pick, getting the biggest star to come out of college in, what, a decade?
Probably.
You don't think the biggest star in college in the last decade, 2 decades, going to the biggest market in the league wouldn't be great for the league?
18.
Why the fuck would you put him in a black hole in fucking New Orleans where nobody cares about basketball?
I mean, well, let me ask you this: how did it turn out for New Orleans? What Zion did for him? He just got hurt 10 games later.
He got a porn star player.
That's great. Nobody knew that before the draft when the rigging discussions would have been talked about.
He got hurt in college. How he was gonna get hurt?
And he was still the consensus first overall pick that year.
I mean, it's cool. The player that they did get was the consensus number 7. It's okay.
The New York Knicks got the 3rd in that draft, and the Lakers were 4th in that draft.
Cool.
You don't think either one of the 2 biggest markets of the league should have been 1st or 2nd if it was really rigged?
New York have? I mean, who did LA have at the time?
Zion went 1st to the Pelicans. Morant went 2nd to the Grizzlies.
Gonna be like, hey, Julius Randle, we know you already established.
Okay, so is the league rigged or not? Why again? If we're gonna rig something, what do we want to rig it for? We want to rig it to the benefit of us, right?
Shit makes sense, Chris. I'm not gonna get rid of fucking.
You're not making it make sense. That's the thing,
Chris. So for LeBron James, I'm definitely getting rid of Julius Randle and fucking what's the tall motherfucker that went to New Orleans? He like a baby.
Not Zuma. Kyle Kuzma.
No, not him.
Ingram.
Lonzo.
Ingram. Brandon Ingram. And Lonzo. I'm getting rid of them for fucking LeBron. I'm getting rid of Julius Randle and Brandon Ingram for fucking Zion. That don't make sense. That's stupid. I don't care if he's number 1.
But that's what we're saying is you do that. If you're trying to rig it, you want to rig it for the teams that are going to be worth the fuck. Kyrie,
for the benefit of the person that's doing the rigging.
Let me ask you this: What's the last big built around?
The last big to be built around?
Straight out the draft.
Dwight.
That was in 2007.
8. LeBron, or was it 5? 2005?
So why the fuck I'm gonna do that with Zion? I ain't built around a guaranteed big in.
But that's what I'm saying.
You're using information that we know now to say why it didn't happen the way that people think it should happen.
Kyrie,
you can't have both sides of the argument.
We knew that information.
It was the number 1 pick.
Say again, what?
Kyrie played 9 college games and was the number 1 pick.
Yeah, it's a guard, Billy, that didn't need to do shit else but play in the game. He was the most skilled they seen in college.
Kyrie went to Cleveland, a shitty organization, a shitty small market team that no one gives. If the NBA is rigged, and it's just like I said with the NFL, if it's rigged, it's going to be rigged for the big markets.
What did Cleveland fucking lose?
They just lost LeBron.
Okay.
I'm gonna get him the number 1. Billy, I'm gonna get him the number 1 pick.
Why do I have to do something for one of the worst franchises in my league that does nothing to my bottom line?
What you mean?
That's where you're not making it make sense.
They was before LeBron left Cleveland. They was a top team. They had just
they were a top team by record. They're a miniature market.
People who didn't even watch the NBA started watching NBA because of LeBron.
That don't even make sense, Chris. Come on, bro. When LeBron left Cleveland, when Kyrie came, they were sorry.
Yes, they finished the worst. They finished number 1 with Kyrie, or they had the number 1 pick with Kyrie. Hold on, and they had the number 1 pick again with Anthony Bennett. They got the number 1 pick the next year, Antonio.
Shut up, and listen to what I'm saying, because Chris and you missing what I. When LeBron left Cleveland, were they not bringing in NBA money?
They were, yes.
So what the fuck are we talking about? What do you mean I'm not going to get them nothing? They was at the bottom.
LeBron was bringing the NBA money.
Well, where the fuck
LeBron shot the valuation of it. If a player is bringing in money and the fucking player is not on the fucking team anymore, that team don't mean dick. The money goes with the fucking players. That's why the Cavs lost $200 million in franchise value.
That revenue ain't just up and disappeared. Just like he still
It
made that
goddamn
money.
did. Their
Yes, it
franchise
did.
valuation
Oh
dipped
my
by
God. Hey,
hundreds
Cam,
of millions
so
when
let
he
me ask
left.
you this, Cam. Hey, Cam. So, hey, you made trucking money last week, and then you buy a new truck. Did that money that you got out that truck just leave?
No.
Or you still got that?
When you
What
get
the
a
fuck
truck
are we
new and you drive it off the lot, you lose
What are
half
we
the
talking
value the
about?
minute you
What
drive
are
it off the
y'all
fucking lot.
It's 20%.
What-
But yes.
What are we talking about? Bro? Cleveland was still on the market. It ain't like they was like,
Let's see.
oh
When
shit.
LeBron James left the Cleveland Cavaliers in the summer of 2010 to join the Miami Heat, the franchise valuation dropped by 125 mil. The valuation went from 476 to 355, a 25% revenue drop. Why do I give a fuck about a team that is
Yeah, because
losing
people like
revenue as a
you,
fucking franchise
they left
valuation?
with LeBron. That's what happened.
People watch LeBron. They don't watch the fucking Cavs.
Man, Chris, so I break down because no fucking black person going and being like, man, well, the fucking revenue, it's right here. So no, black was like, they got this dude from fucking Duke coming. He dribbling his ball. Matter of fact, Shooter, you in here. So when Kyrie was going to Cleveland, he was like, bro only had to play 9 games. I'm finna go see what the fuck he doing. Kyrie losing. Motherfucker still like, that motherfucker cold. You him the right people? Billy, tell me I'm wrong. Because Chris don't understand. I'm not going to make him understand. I'm not going to argue Chris. I'm talking to people with basketball sense, not numbers, because I don't give a fuck about the money. I'm talking about the views and all that shit. Billy, don't try to explain it to me. Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm listening.
Nobody was like, everybody was like, fuck Kyrie.
No. That's not the argument though. You're saying the correct things. Yes, I'm not saying that what you are saying
No,
is
I'm saying the right shit, but it's wrong. That don't even make sense.
No, it does, because you're not arguing the point of rigged or not rigged. The fact that we're even talking about it being rigged for a small market team is fucking asinine. Because if you're going to rig it, you're not rigging it for Dallas. You're not rigging it for Atlanta. You're not rigging it.
Why you say that?
Because
why you say that? Hold on, why you saying we ain't rigging for Dallas? I'm gonna prove my point in a minute.
What money does the Dallas Mavericks help the NBA make?
Hey, listen,
Look
we
at
Dallas,
market
right?
shares.
You're in big time Texas, and you take a guy like Flag and drop him in here. That's like taking.
Yeah. Why
Taylor
don't
Clark.
free agents go? Why do free agents not go to Dallas?
Jerry Jones.
No, cuck. I'm talking about the Mavericks.
Oh, my bad. Oh shit, I don't know. I mean, ain't been a lot of them. It ain't been a lot of them though.
The reason they're not going to Dallas is because it was Dirk's team. It's Dirk. That's
Luka. It was Luka team. Luka gone now.
And what free agents did you get?
The free agent been trash lately. Like it ain't nobody want to play in Dallas. I mean,
nobody's ever wanted to play in Dallas.
No one's ever wanted to play in Dallas.
But we ain't talking about. We talking about a lottery pick.
No.
This is the same thing as Caitlin going to the Fevers, the Indiana Fevers.
Yeah.
You're gonna draw all them fans in. Gonna draw all them fans. Draw all them fans in. Flag gonna draw all them fans into Dallas.
No.
You don't think that?
Cam, how long? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How long have you lived in Dallas?
Ain't never lived in Dallas.
So you've never lived there. All right.
Lived in Dallas.
Number one, you're missing out a little bit. Appreciate it, Slay.
I want to stay in no Dallas.
Exactly.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. That's a different argument. If you want to argue the league is rigged to help Dallas get back from trading Luka, right? That's what we're arguing. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, that's what we're arguing. Why did no other teams, when Denver lost Melo, why did they get better? When Chris Paul, and then I'm going to bring it up to you, Cam, when the Thunder had the worst roster.
You can't.
Hold on. Let me ask you the question before you go. The Thunder had the worst roster. We got Chris Paul on that roster. The Oklahoma City Thunder were the number 6 seed. That was supposed to be a tank job. And what happened? They were the number.
Didn't we already talk about this?
I'm asking you the question. What happened?
Did we ever talk about this?
If Oklahoma City lost Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, and then the NBA just didn't care to give them a get back?
We didn't get a number one pick out of that.
That's what I'm saying. You
But
lost
that's-
Kevin
but-
Durant and Russell Westbrook, you don't get a get back, but the Mavs lose Luka, and you're like,
But
oh,
hold on, but what we at now though?
no, with Shy, who, Cam, and maybe you're gonna say, oh, everybody thought. Who thought Shy was gonna be who Shy is?
He averaged 20 when you said we was in rank 6. He averaged 20 that year.
With who?
What you mean with who?
Who was on that team?
Some nobodies.
Some nobodies. What did Kyrie average in Cleveland when they finished with the worst record in the NBA?
What he average?
He averaged fucking 22.
Okay, what he average now? What he averaging now? What's they averaging now?
Well, he's a little older now, Cam.
No, he ain't that much older. What he averaging now?
16?
Okay, yeah, I thought so.
Maybe it's a little
I
less.
thought so. But the thing is, y'all saying small markets, y'all saying nobody want to play in Dallas.
Billy,
Well,
Shay,
people want to play in Dallas now. They building it up. That's why they gave them that.
No, but if you say they're going to Vegas, that's why I'm okay with the
Oh
argument.
no, I don't
They
think
go to
they're going
Vegas.
to Vegas. I
100%.
don't, that's a whole other topic. I don't think they're going to Vegas.
Well, they're going to Vegas. It doesn't.
I don't think they're going to Vegas.
But so check it out, right? So they're going to Vegas, and this is where we do got to talk about the playoffs in a little bit. But Tonio, I think this is where the Mavs, they go from Dallas to Vegas, and they become the Las Vegas, whatever insert team name that's going to be bad. I guarantee it's going to be bad. But now the NBA can add 2 more teams because they're going to have to get another market in Dallas. They're going to get a market in Dallas again, and Seattle needs a team.
the Seahawks will be coming back.
The Supersonics, but yes.
Yeah, super son. I've been drinking liquor and beer. I'm on my camp shit. And
Hey,
Chris be saying dumb shit. It be blowing me.
I'm with you, Chris. You're okay.
Well, he's still my friend. He can be stupid and be my friend.
I mean, yeah, the NBA is just gonna have their fucking mouth watering over in Indiana versus OKC finals.
You
gonna
mad?
make their big
That
run
mad.
in the league off
You
it.
mad because Luka out there getting his
Hold on.
fish to get ready.
Damn.
You mad, huh?
Cornfield
mad.
and oil rigs. We gonna be there. I
You
ain't
mad?
If the
Are you-
NBA could choose their finals matchup every year, it would be Lakers Knicks every
Go
single
smoke
fucking year
you
till the
a joint
league
and cry
dies.
about it.
Oh,
Go
it,
Damn.
it
Damn.
be Lakers Boston, Chris. You're stupid. Nobody want to see the Knicks.
The Knicks actually would average more viewers
The
than
Knicks are the biggest market in the league.
The only
They got
person
the Yankees.
Knicks
They
is
gave them the
fucking-
Yankees. They gave them the Yankees. That's what New York got, the Yankees. That's all they got. You over with. You didn't get nothing else.
Cam.
Jalen Brunson don't even like the Knicks, and he play for them.
Cam, let me ask you, because you was already arguing. Do you not think a Oklahoma City finals with Indiana is going to be
It won't be bored of me. That's my team. I don't care
no?
about none of y'all teams.
I'm talking.
Won't
Cam,
be
I'm
bored of
talking
me.
about you're talking about you. I'm talking about the NBA.
I can't control about what nobody else feel about it. I can only control what I feel about it.
That's what I'm asking you though. Everyone else doesn't care.
I
that
don't
it's
care.
Oklahoma
I don't
City.
care what they think. OKC in 6.
Well, you was talking about OKC in 5.
No, I never said 5. I always been 6.
That's not true, Cam. That's just an outright.
It's a reason why I've been 6. Like I said, I always been 6.
Cam, stop fucking lying.
Bruh,
We got tape, bro. You said OKC in 5. Stop fucking lying.
stop.
Against the Grizzlies?
Yes.
You said it against everybody.
No, I did. I said 6.
All right, Cam. I got
Pull
you.
the
next-
film.
I
Pull
got
the film.
I got
That's
you
what you
next
do.
week.
Pull
I
the
got you
film.
next week. I got you next week. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah,
I'm on
thank
leave.
you.
I'm on leave. I ain't got none but time. Now, Tonio, let's go ahead and talk about. We've been talking about one thing for 30 minutes. Let's go to the playoffs where we got the end of an era with Steph hurt. Warriors probably gonna lose tonight. Is it they play tonight?
Yeah.
Warriors probably losing. This is gonna be one of the first times we see a finals without KD, without Steph, without LeBron. Slowly but surely, Tonio, we're just getting old. I'm talking about my hairline. Thank God your hairline's still there. I appreciate it. But
No, he got some catalysts on the side. They're leaving him.
well, he has some skin stuff too. But the thing is,
That boy said he had the mains.
It's not mange. I didn't hold on. Chill out.
It's eczema, but I'll take it, Cam.
It's eczema. Chill out. It's a normal thing that happens to people. I'm not mange. He's not homeless. But that man said mange. Oh my god. Anyway,
Cam drinking the show finna get good now.
oh, look, he puts it up, and let's pull another one out, Cam. There it is. Boom. All right. Hey, so all right. So, hey, NBA playoffs. Tatum's hurt. The Celtics got a chance, or they cooked. Tonio, what's up? What's this? Hey, Chris, can you look at the score real quick?
I think the Celtics cooking right now. I think somebody said somebody off the bench busting ass.
This Jaylen Brown time to shine. To say that he's him.
Nah, not this
Hold
game.
up. I don't want to hear none of that. This is time to shine to say this is why I was finding MVP. If he ain't cooking right now, it was rigged. They should have gave it to the last.
They beating the shit out the Knicks.
Derek White's leading them points with 32. Jaylen Brown has 22. Jaylen Brown's getting carried by another player on his team, but he'll still get all the credit somehow.
Who got the most points on the team?
Derek White.
Oh, the light-skinned man. Said dark-skinned people about 300 more years.
Nah, I mean, I don't think the point's telling the whole story.
I mean, he talk a lot. I mean, Jaylen Brown talk a lot though. He ain't showed up none of his playoffs. Like one game. I give him one game. I give him one game.
I mean, he's 24, 8-8. He gonna have a triple dub, so he doing more. I feel like he got a steal, a block. Yeah, Chris hates Jaylen Brown.
I got my homeboy, big time a Boston fan. He don't like Jaylen Brown either.
Who is your homeboy? I know you ain't talking about Peyton.
I'm talking about D-Man who was on the phone. Bumba Clyde.
I feel like the NBA know they gotta have at least one
more game 7.
Yeah, one game 7 because the Nuggets cooked. The Joker did everything he could last night. But I don't give a fuck because every time LeBron do everything he could, people like Cam say he should have did more. So fuck it. The Joker shouldn't have got his fat ass out there and got tired. He should have scored 50 and they would have did something. But he didn't. So fuck it. Actually, Jamal Murray turning the ball over. I don't know where the fuck he be at. Michael Porter Jr.
They be talking about Westbrook. Let me pause right. They be talking about Westbrook. Well, Michael Porter Jr. is sometime in that man.
Hey, Michael Porter Jr., he gonna be next on that investigation for gambling. He out there feel like your brother. They gotta get him out the league, man. He out there betting against himself.
He could, bro. He'll go out there. He'll go out one game, give you 30. The next 15, he give you 4. That's all he got. 4.6 rebounds.
Bro gonna at least every game he gonna drop 2 passes out of bounds. That motherfucker gonna do this shit twice a game. What are you doing, bro? It'd be the most simplest passes. He just not gonna catch that, bro. But yeah, the Nuggets fire Mike Malone. That probably was dumb shit to do. I'm just gonna say it, you know. Yeah.
Okay. See, been struggling with some simple stuff like the zone the other day was killing us the first half of the game. Well, all the way to the end of the fourth. Like, I don't understand how that little simple zone is killing us.
I mean, the Nuggets don't have.
They got some big bodies. They say they got big bodies in height. So
their offenses look terrible at spurts. Outside of the Joker, before Joker was going to the free throw line, they went like 7 minutes without a field goal. And I'm just like, yeah, them boys cooked.
That was coach come in. Like I said, you don't got no coach. They coach like Andy, what that do? What's his name? Andy Williams. Andy Reid. I can't even think his name. He like burning fights out there on the sideline. Lost. Like
it's different, bro.
You talk about the Nuggets coach?
yeah.
Yeah, he's just dude. If you watch it, he's just letting Joker do
Coach.
whatever.
Do what he do. Do you?
But I think that's the magic of Mike Malone to be like, nah, chill. I get you're good, but this is what we're finna do. And that's the Phil Jackson trait of like, hey, Mike, I know that you're good, but this is how we're gonna run this offense. I get that you're good, Kobe, but this is how we're gonna run this. I don't
think Phil Jackson ever told Mike that.
I don't think Phil told Mike or Kobe that. We might have to have a show where
he might did it twice. He might. That's Steve Kerr.
We might have to look into Phil Jackson being a good coach because he damn sure wasn't no good owner or no good GM. So I don't know if y'all trying because Brad Stevens done got the Celtics to the finals twice. Won one of them as a GM.
Yeah.
Phil Jackson had the Knicks looking like goddamn.
Listen, Phil Jackson was old. He want to go to New York, write a couple of books, and get out of there. Just like
I think Phil
Pete Carroll in Vegas. Hey man, I'm just doing something. Give me a little money for my retirement fund.
That's who was rigged. I don't know what the fuck he did, but how the fuck you get the best player back to back? That's something fishy. I don't know what he did.
You know what? In 2 weeks after the NBA Finals, Tonio, I think that's a great topic to dive into.
What about what?
Hey, rest in peace to the commissioner. But I think Phil Jackson seen him doing something. And he got, hey, I'm gonna make sure you get Mike, and then there's this young kid, Kobe, coming out.
But
when Kobe was already in LA, right?
Yeah. But he couldn't make it work with Shaq. It was a little weird for the first few years.
Like Kobe was in fucking Charlotte.
The draft, he
got drafted and traded.
Yeah, and Shaq wasn't in LA neither. They hurt Penny. We got a deep dive in this. It was something fishy, man. Hey Phil, I'm gonna make sure you get at least 6 of them, 5 of them, 7 of them. Damn, Phil got 11 of them. Huh?
He got 11 of them.
11.
Yeah.
Plus the ones he got when he was down there in South America.
Yeah, we gotta go see what the fuck Phil was doing. Chris gonna be on that. But yeah, I don't know, Billy. What else we have to talk basketball? I think it's gonna be
Cleveland shit in the bed.
I mean, we were saying shit like, hey, this is the best team Cleveland ever had, including the LeBron team. Ain't no team never been this good. Well, like
the bench was better.
Shit, they didn't show the last couple of games.
It's just like, see, now you sound like Chris. There's never been them LeBron teams are ass. That's what Chris just said.
You said LeBron team like ass?
You ain't just here. It's a small market team. Who gives a fuck? Yeah.
Just talking.
But them teams went to the finals, Billy.
Eric Snow.
I don't give a fuck who was on the roster. They was in the finals. Cleveland just got swept by.
Nobody else did after LeBron left, by the way, either.
Tyrese Halliburton and who? Obi Toppin. Come on.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that, man.
Miles Turner. They've been trying to trade Miles Turner for 6 years.
By 3 years now. They've been trying to trade him for 3 years. They've been trying to trade him for 3 years now. Nobody want him. That's crazy work.
Dog, in the send-off video on Twitter, they called Darius Garland I Am Speed. That's who they compared him to. I'm Speed. Bruh,
that's not good.
Cleveland just wasted what they had. They're not going to be like that next year, I don't think.
Let's say Donovan Mitchell might leave.
Go.
Nah.
Probably to a big market.
Where, Chris? What big market?
A market that's not as tiny as Cleveland.
Don't tell me about just tell me where.
Why y'all be saying market side like it matter, bro?
That matters.
Because NBA players want to go to large markets.
So you don't think Shea gonna sign back in OKC?
He will, because they can max him out. He'll get a $500 million.
But that's not what y'all said though.
Hey, is Denver a big market?
No.
Didn't they just want a chip?
Yep.
Milwaukee a big market?
Nope.
They recently won a chip.
Yep.
100%.
Golden State, you just said that ain't a big market.
No, it's not a big market. Nope.
They won a chip.
A couple of them, about 4.
You and Chris could shut the fuck up. It's stupid.
I mean, y'all are confusing talent with market size, but pop off.
Hold on, you just said markets. You just said market. We didn't say talent. We didn't say that. We said markets.
Billy, let me ask you this. I ain't gonna talk to Chris because he keep markets and all this shit. Why LeBron stayed in Cleveland then went back to Cleveland when he could have went anywhere else?
Because he was born there.
No, he's born there.
Hey, is the Spurs a big market?
No, and they have dynasty.
Okay, I'll just
Is okay. But again, that's not the argument.
Is the Chicago a big market?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big market. Chicago, big market.
Yeah,
That's a big market.
That's a big market. Yeah.
I thought that kind of small.
Chicago's probably a top 5 market in the league.
It's LA, New York, Chicago.
And who else? Give me 2 more. Give me 2 more.
Probably Miami.
Miami's a big market.
If you want to count the other Los Angeles and New York teams with Brooklyn and the Clippers,
Top 5 markets in the league right now, Cam, is New York /
NBA.
Yeah, / Brooklyn. You can't. They 1-1 because they both share the same metropolitan area. Then is 2 is the Lakers Clippers.
Who number 5?
Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, okay.
So look. So we can't necessarily say. All right. So the top. I got the top 5 evaluations of NBA teams. Golden State's number 1. Right, so maybe they're not a small market as I was thinking, because it's kind of like, I guess, San Francisco. We say
no,
Golden
they're in
State.
Oakland. I thought it was in Oakland.
Yeah,
they moved to San Fran with the new,
Oakland is
new arena.
Literally a bridge ride away. So maybe that's where I'm fucking up. But if you look at the NBA value, right, Warriors, Knicks, Lakers, Celtics, and then the Clippers are the top 5. Chicago's next, and then Brooklyn is 7. So if we are looking at it in that aspect, right, the NBA would be silly because Houston is 8, Miami's 9, and Dallas is 10, right, for values of franchises. And that's where I think the riggedness comes in, because you don't – I think what Chris and my argument is, Tonio, to answer your question, is that the big market teams, that you want the most money.
If we are running a business, we want the teams that are most valuable to us, that drive revenue and ratings, to have the most success year over year. Because if the floor is here when they suck, aka the Knicks, aka the Lakers for the last 5 years of Kobe, if the floor is here, then if I give them good players, they're fucking way up here. They're off the charts. That's the fucking point.
You don't think the high ups throw the small people bones?
So
I don't think I give a fuck about the small. If I'm running a business and I got 30 employees,
you don't think they throw bones to the little people?
No, why would I?
But that's why it's not rigged, and that's where you guys were talking about San Antonio, Denver, Milwaukee. That's where it's like, that's where we know it's not rigged, because if that was the case, those teams would not be winning NBA championships if it was rigged. It's the same thing in the NFL. The Cowboys are the number 1 valued franchise, and they have been a dumpster fire. Chris, sorry.
They get primetime games every single fucking year.
Because of Jerry Jones.
Because
of Jerry Jones. That's why they do that. When Jerry Jones died out, you're gone, buddy. You're gone. Al Davis, when he was
team
out there,
is going to be better.
No, hold on. When Al Davis was alive, they were doing Oakland the same way. He died, and guess what happened?
No, they weren't.
What? You didn't? He wasn't getting primetime games.
Oakland? Fuck no.
What?
Hey, Cam, you can't argue with Mark Price and Chris Mullins, man.
You saying Oakland didn't get primetime games on the baseball field?
Did you get them references?
That was good. No, Antonio, that was good.
Yeah.
That was damn good.
That's crazy, bro.
Hey, but what else we got basketball wise?
So this is
Cowboys got 10 primetime games this year, by the way.
Unfortunate for everybody in America.
Jesus Christ. You said Dallas has 10 primetime games?
Got to make the fans happy.
You see, That's the reason I pay for NFL Sunday Ticket. It's because that's crazy, bro. I don't want to watch.
We're gonna get into it. What else we got? NBA.
Jason Tatum.
Do we want to talk about Russ in Denver?
No.
Well, we talked about Denver a little bit, but I do want to talk about this. I'm sick of this anonymous, this bitch ass, hoe ass, scared to come out the shadows as anonymous person in every sport. Every time somebody got some shit to say, it's probably somebody white. No offense. You can't fight. Saying anonymously, well, Russ is a bad locker room player. We ain't never heard that shit.
Never. It's nobody OKC ever said that. Never said that.
Even in LA, you seen Russ was telling them boy to have fun. Bron gave him side eye. I'm trying to win. But having fun ain't no bad fucking locker room character. So why are they? I don't give a fuck about it. If you say he playing bad right now, cool.
Yeah.
Move on with it. But I'm sick of people shitting on these athletes, bro. Like, because of their performance on the court. Like, hey, let me drag that shit off the court. Stop it, bro. Like, stop it. And then why put your name on it? So they can come to you and have a conversation. They ain't got to beat your ass every time, but let me have a conversation. Because we done seen the damage that this shit can do to your reputation. We done seen the money we can make people. We seen this shit as recent as the NFL draft.
Yep.
This shit is stupid, bro.
So
it should be outlawed in the media. That shit for sure. Because
if that's the case, you wouldn't never get a story again.
No, I mean, speak your mind. Don't be one of them guys to be high behind the
because it's your right.
Okay, hold on. Take the Colorado thing for example. If all the anonymous sources that came out and shit on Shedeur for whatever reason, if they came out and said, "Hey, I'm Chris," and I said, "Fuck Shedeur," you think they're gonna be welcome at Colorado to scout next year's draft class?
I mean, I want to see what I want to know what side of the fence you on.
I don't think.
But that's why they got to be anonymous because they can't do their job if they just come out and say.
Real with me. Let me go show your true colors with me.
I don't think. And
I don't need you to be coming through talking to me, then going to them clan meetings late at night. Be yourself. Be yourself.
That look.
I don't think, Chris, and this is me being real. Like I said, Chris, I know who you is. I know when you be joking, and I know who you serious. I know I can come to your house and you wouldn't be like, "Hey, Ian, get off my couch." For real. I don't care how people think you is. I know you're not.
No, because I wouldn't even let you in the front door first. But you right, go ahead.
You see, he got that hood on his head, right? He got the hood on his practice for later on.
And Coach Prime said it. He was like, "Yeah, y'all can have opinions. I would rather y'all have them opinions out loud than to have them behind my back. I got to find them out later." I think that's where you get respected more, in my opinion. Because I would rather find out Billy didn't like me now.
Put too much salt in it. He's trying to keep the head off of it.
My bad. Tell him differently.
I would rather find out Billy ain't like me way back when instead of me and I'm in this man's house. I ate his food and he'd be like, "I spit in everything you ate for years." Like,
hey.
Now I gotta kill Billy. I would rather find that shit out. What's up, Billy?
So he is. What happened when that CBS reporter put his name on it, put who he was affiliated with, and said, "I don't think Colorado is going to be good with Deion Sanders." What did Deion do? What did he do the next week?
Deion said, "Get the fuck out of my press room. You ain't welcome here."
Boom.
That's what I like.
That's why. But
what he said.
That's why they have to be anonymous.
No. Once you speak the true colors, stay on that side.
He said way more than that, though, Billy. And you know it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So that's where I'm wondering if that's where like
it's a difference in opinion than assassinating somebody. Like,
but why would you want a person around you that talk negative about you all the time?
That's why you have to be anonymous.
No. I'm saying, why would you want a person?
If you go to that, if you go to
negative all the time,
if you go to that article we talking about, it wasn't just about his coaching. It was about him like personally, him as a person.
Yeah, and how he raises his kids. Yes, that's where it gets a little.
That's a little different, but like,
right.
It's just we seen the same shit like with LeBron attacking Stephen A. Like, bro, okay, talk about me as a player. Talk about Bronny as a player. Don't talk about me as a fucking parent. Like, that's weird, Billy. If anybody, that's a ad.
We appreciate the whatever this is.
That's an ad or something.
Wasn't LeBron cool with Windhorse for a minute until Windhorse said something negative about him, though? Am I making that up? I feel like I seen that a while back.
No, so what happened with that was LeBron told Windhorse, LeBron himself talked to Windhorse and said, this doesn't need to get out. And that's something that got out. Was the thing with Windhorse. But that's where the argument from Brian came in, and Brian was like, no, I was told, LeBron told me don't say this, and I didn't. But then when I got another source that said it, that's where I said it. And that's where the fallout kind of came, is because Windhorse had a different source other than LeBron himself come with a different story. And that's what Windhorse had reported. So LeBron was upset. Because, LeBron has his four, Maverick Carter and Tony, who's the other cat? Maverick Carter and who's the other cat? He played center.
I can't think.
He
Rich
runs
Paul?
his pizza.
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul.
Yeah, Rich Paul. Yeah,
I think Windhorse got a story from Rich Paul, and that's what Windhorse had reported. And LeBron was like, "What the fuck?" And Wendy was like, "Rich told me this, so he didn't say that I couldn't do it. You told me I couldn't do it, so I was just not doing it until Rich Paul came in and said." But that's where it gets kind of weird. And I'm not saying I'm a reporter or any of that shit, but it's the same thing with Shefty, right? Shefty gets information that's going out. Whatever he gets is going out. And then Cam, I was going to ask you, what? This is going backwards a little bit, and then we can end it after this. But so we're talking about Russell Westbrook as a player, as a teammate. Why did KD not communicate to Westbrook that he was going to leave?
He's a diva.
So you're saying it's KD's fault, not necessarily Russ's fault?
No, I mean, if you watch that last game they played, only one person saw horrible that game.
Was Russ?
No.
Look at the finals that OKC
It was KD.
Was it?
Yeah, that last game, KD shot horrible.
You're saying Game 7 against the Warriors in the Western
KD
Conference.
shot horrible.
Okay. What about Game 6 and Game 5?
I mean, they ain't talking about that. We talking about the game that matters.
So you're saying 3-1 Game 5 and Game 6 doesn't matter?
Listen, you talking about something though? KD is
That's what
KD.
I'm asking you.
We all seen KD how he react. Like that's KD. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, KD only talks back to people on Twitter under a burner account.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
don't
Let's
address
say,
them directly.
he that's KD. He a diva. KD is a diva. Like real diva.
Damn, KD was 10 for 19.
That last game?
Yeah, with 27 points.
What was Russ?
I don't know. I just looked up.
Hey, you
Probably
ain't
the
get
MVP with less stats.
Listen. All these Laker fans
I was
tried to throw
curious.
brush on did that Westbrook. They did that. LeBrick and all that. No, nobody else.
Hey.
Yeah, you ain't no Laker fan. You ain't no Laker fan. The
Don't
Laker
talk
fan,
about
LeBron fans.
Lakers, bro.
The Laker fans, LeBron fans started that. And nobody in Washington had a problem with him. Nobody
Ain't
OKC had a problem
nobody,
with him.
ain't nobody in LA, bro. The last time somebody asked LeBron about Russ this season, LeBron said Russ like that. He's still that guy.
No. He be just saying shit to sound right. He said the right thing. He like Obama. He speak real good. Speak real good at the right time.
See,
Jacobs got political twice out here.
yeah, and then he sounds stupid because he speaks real well. So shut up.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. You always bring some shit in there because why LeBron always got to come back? We talking about Russ.
You brought LeBron.
The only two NBA players that were ever real about teammates and opponents was Kobe and Mike.
Yep.
Every other NBA player is complimentary of every other NBA player.
Michael Mays, what's happening? Speaks what's good for publicity. It's the and Chris, you can correct me if I'm wrong. It's the Derek Jeter, Tom Brady shit where we go, oh yeah, it's my fault. Tom Brady throws 5 touchdowns.
Everybody on the bus.
No, with Tom Brady, I throw 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, 400 yards, and Tom Brady goes, "Yep, my bad. I should have played better, and we lost."
So you saying Tom Brady never threw nobody on the bus?
Not publicly.
Not publicly. Did his wife do it? Yes, 100%. Did Tom do it?
She just speaking out then. She just speaking then.
Man,
No, but that's the thing. If Tom is sitting at a press conference saying it's my fault, it's my fault. What's up, Antonio?
Come on, baseline so we can talk football.
We're going to football. That's where my transition is. But with LeBron, he does say the right things for the most part. Whereas with Russ, also says the right things. He's just like, hey, I'm just trying to play a game. Y'all are talking about my wife and my kid. You remember that?
Yeah, that's the Laker fan. That was the Laker fan.
Was it Laker
fans? That was them.
Oh shit, was it?
Yes, that was them.
Because it was when he was in OKC still.
No. OKC never did that. No.
Damn, stop fucking lying.
Bro, when you can clip it now. Westbrook came from LA. Westbrook came from LA.
Westbrook did not come from LA.
It was never in OKC.
Westbrook came from OKC.
No,
Yeah.
Hold on.
You know how much money he gave OKC for they to just disrespect him?
Hey, Cam, matter of fact, I think you did it.
Yeah, crazy, bro.
Yo, Westbrook came from OKC.
No, it didn't.
He was Westbrook in the Heat.
No, he wasn't. We never called him that.
He was.
Skip Bayless was calling him Westbrook way when KD was still there.
Trying to pay them ugly ass hookers for $1 million. Man, look.
Don't talk about hookers when you got watt lizards out there, Cam.
Hey, man, leave me alone, man. Leave me alone, man.
Cam, you're one of my top 5 favorite people in the world.
Man, y'all crazy, man. Talking about OKC did that. Westbrook showed OKC so much love when that big old tornado came through there. There's no way that they were disrespecting him. No way. That's why he get all the handcuffs and the paws right now.
Cam, I'm not saying that OKC said he was trash. I'm saying that he got the moniker of Westbrook in OKC.
Man, hey, didn't he average a triple-double a couple of times there?
Let me ask you this.
Did he average a triple-double? How many triple-doubles did he average there?
Oh, a lot.
Did your favorite player average that many triple-doubles?
Let me ask you.
Why they knock his triple-doubles?
Hold on. That's where I have the question. I got one question, Cam. Hold on for 1 second. When Russell Westbrook won the MVP and averaged a triple-double season, right? He won the MVP, right? And then he averaged a triple-double season the next year.
Yeah.
Right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Where did he finish the MVP voting that season? Do you know?
I mean, they didn't
triple-double again. Did the same shit he did when he won.
Like 3, I believe.
Yeah, see, you should have done.
Not top 5. He finished 6th.
Yeah, because they made it the norm. They made it the norm.
Because
you can't make it the norm when your favorite player ain't doing it. You can't make it the norm when your favorite player ain't doing it.
Bruh.
Take us to football, please.
No, you can't make it the norm. When Joker have a triple-double, he lost tonight, but he have a triple-double. Oh, now they mean so much. They mean so much now.
It never meant anything except when Russ did it and they gave him the MVP.
Tony just said Jaylen Brown about to have a triple-double.
And it means nothing.
If he won, it mean a lot, don't it?
If he won,
when Westbrook averaged a triple-double, he was winning like 70% of the game. So what's the problem?
He gets to the playoffs and shits the bed. That's the problem.
So he shit the bed? When PG was there, tell me what Paul George did playing with OKC in the playoffs.
The same thing he does with every team in every playoff.
When Skip Bayless called Russell Westbrook the Westbrick, and Russell responded, "Watch your mouth. Don't say anything here that you want to say in my face." Skip responded. Skip said, "I'm happy to talk to you." Skip said he originated the name in 2012. I know I ain't been hearing that name for 10 years. But anyway, he said, talk about how you made $47 million a year next year and you're the worst three-point shooter in the NBA, the most overpaid player ever. Join me. Now, will Westbrook go on that show and talk? I know he ain't going to go on the podcast, but would he go on the show and talk? I'll pay to see that.
Yeah, 2 years ago. He said 2 years ago.
Damn.
They said last night Paul George should be arrested for stealing money from Philadelphia.
Read what he said. Happy to talk face to face about a
He
nickname.
won't. Man, Skip ain't saying nothing to nobody.
Cam,
Bruh, Skip has said whatever he wants to Hall of Famers.
When? Why he ain't talking now?
When he told Shannon Sharp, okay, Tom Brady and you are in a different stratosphere, did he not say that? And I hate Skip Bayless, but you can't.
Man, listen.
I just want him to fuck up about the Lakers and saying the Lakers did this.
No,
Skip clearly said, happy to talk about nickname.
Hey, that was 2 years ago. How long ago did he play for the Lakers? Just tell me how long. Tell me how long ago since he played for the Lakers.
Be quiet.
No, don't tell me to be quiet, nigga. You answer the question.
Face to face. Happy to talk face to face about a nickname I originated in 2012. Was that 2,000 years ago?
You ain't never heard him say that. Nobody said that. Nobody
absolutely
said that.
Everything, Eric.
Yes.
No, nobody said that. I'm gonna do second. Hey, nice group beer. 8 out of 10 tonight.
Dos Equis are that's money. Dude, 2 axes.
They go to the base. I mean, they go to football.
Man, they be talking. They be talking. Y'all some haters.
Ain't nobody hating. We on his side.
The worst thing for a black man is nothing the black man. They always said that.
Gentlemen, report to the baseline. To the baseline!
The worst thing for a black man is a goddamn beard.
Another black man. That's all it is. Another black man. Just cut the brother down. Crabs in the bucket.
Hey, I'm cutting you off from here. It's always. What the fuck he mad at? Hey, come get this motherfucker. Hey, Billy.
All right.
Hey, we about to talk about Shedeur right now, right?
I don't know.
Well, first we're gonna go into the NFL game. Schedule releases is happening tonight, actually. So, what's up, Tony?
Talk about Billy drunk too. I'm saying we're gonna talk about Shedeur, and you said he's gonna go to the NFL.
Yeah, he said that. I didn't let him have it. He did say that.
We're gonna bring Shedeur up in this, but I'm saying the NFL schedule. All right, the NFL schedule is dropping tonight. I was gonna say what's up to the 4 viewers we got in right now. Hey, let us know on the schedule what you guys are feeling or not feeling for the NFL.
Green Bay versus Dallas. Chris, bet your eyebrows.
I don't know if Chris is taking that bet. Now, this is where I wanted to go with it, Cam, was Philadelphia. We have 4 games for Philly already known for what's going to happen. We got
them open today, right? Green Bay got them open today, right?
No, it's Dallas, Philly for opening day.
I thought Green Bay had that. I got to go back and look. I thought it was Green Bay.
40-point dub.
But anyway, so Dallas.
You saying Dallas tanking this year?
They should.
They're gonna get their ass.
Hey, Dak will still have 3 touchdowns. But anyway,
garbage
It'll
time.
all come with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter to make the score 47-21.
So Philly's schedule has been released. We already know that they're in 4 or 5 primetime games. And I think this is coming on the release of they vote on the tush push tomorrow to say it's either banned or not. Now, what the NFL is going to probably do, from what I've been hearing, is the NFL is going to say pushing of any sort. So even if a receiver catches it and you push the receiver and he breaks off, that's going to be a no-go. And I think that's where they're going to push it. September 4th, opening day. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that, Michael Mays. But what's going to happen is that's where the rule change is going to come in, where there's no pushing. It's not just the tush push per se for Philly. But I think that's why we already know so many Philly games ahead of schedule, to where when they release that, it's going to be a big topic. And the NFL knows what they're doing marketing-wise, Chris, right? But, Tonio, I'm going to get to you. We got to see some more matchups, man. I think we got to go a lot of NFC, AFC games. We got to go Baltimore, Green Bay. We got to hit Buffalo, Dallas. We got to do these big-time, I think, inter-conference games, right? Am I tripping on that, where I want to see that, or am I wrong?
We can't, bro, because of the fucking Cowboys. I was so pissed when they said that the Thanksgiving game gonna be Cowboys versus the Chiefs. Who the fuck want to see that while eating a delicious meal? Watch Cowboys get beat by fucking 50. Why I want to watch this?
They'll get beat by 10.
Probably close to 100 million viewers.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get the viewers, but it's gonna be. It's just it don't make sense. I don't get it. And it ain't just the Cowboys. Last year or the year before last, Denver had like every other fucking Monday night game, and I was like,
with Russ, yeah, that was bad. That was a bad.
What are we doing, bro? Why am I watching these motherfuckers suck? That's the year Russ had like 8 touchdowns or something until almost the end of the year.
Yeah, that's true.
That shit was bad. I don't know, like, fuck, who's making these schedules?
And it's the same with the Christmas game. So the Ravens are playing on Christmas again, and this is something I've talked to Bray about, where I'm like, I gotta attend to my family, but also like, hey, the Ravens are playing, so like, there's gonna be 3 hours.
I get it. I get it, bro. Hey, my mother is in here. Everybody, be respectful. All right, I love you. I feel like I'm keeping a buck. I know about the views and all that, bro, but they gotta get the NBA at basketball. It's too much, bro. It takes too much time away from fathers and stuff that want to be with their family. I'm gonna watch all the sports, bro.
Yeah,
like, and I be feeling bad, but not for real. Hey, y'all go do what y'all need to do. I'm being here. I'm watching everything, bro. So I feel bad, brother. I'm gonna be watching that. But it's a lot. I wouldn't care if all the games was prime. Like I said, I get everybody gonna watch. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that. Like I don't get it. Not me, mother. You know I am an amazing future.
Look, Mom, we talk our stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
Sure. Amen.
Now y'all some saints.
My mama in here don't do me like that.
Damn.
Hey, put down the wine that you. But nah, bro. But for real though, like if it's prime time, I'm cool with it. But we don't get a lot of prime time. Chill out, Mike. We'll get a lot of prime time games, man, and it's bad. It's bad that we gotta wait to the playoffs, but maybe the NFL thinking like we know who's gonna get to the playoffs, so y'all gonna be captivated anyway. So we still watch football. You're not gonna not watch football, and I guess they say people like us, with the exception of Chris, I don't really give a damn, bro, because college gonna be on. We watching good football regardless. Like I'm gonna watch football on Saturday and not really care about trash games on Sunday because I just watched LSU versus Ole Miss or Alabama versus Texas or something like that. I just watched that. So
when can they leave football start back? My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. When they start back?
I don't even know.
Chris, can you look up the Texas Ohio State game?
I don't even know if they do that because of the other league. Yeah, thank you, Mom. Cam, no.
August 30th.
No.
August 30th. Hey, August 30th is Ohio State, Texas. Chris, can you look up the NFL schedule real quick for around August 30th?
The first game, September 4th.
That's what I'm saying.
It's going to be preseason.
So we are on August 30th. We got probably the biggest matchup in college football that it's going to be. But Tonio, this is what I was going to ask you. How much more are we going to be invested in college football this season versus the NFL?
I mean, well, it just depends. You, Chris don't watch it, but me and Cam come from the best conference in college football, so we always gonna be invested because we always gonna watch better games than y'all. Y'all conferences suck. So
Facts.
every week I'm gonna see something close to NFL, like because them people gonna do what the next year? Shooter in here, he can attest to it. They're gonna flood the draft just the next year. So I'm gonna see the same people on the field that I just seen play just last year in the SEC. So I think I don't know. I don't know, Cam. I really, without being biased, realistically, I don't know how good college is gonna be this year. I don't know too many top quarterback names other than Cam's quarterback,
Arch.
Georgia Tech.
The guy that came from Georgia went to Miami. Beck.
Yeah, Beck. I want to see if Beck gonna be good in it from getting smacked in the SEC to going to the ACC and probably running them boys over.
No pressure whatsoever.
None at all. So I just don't. I don't know. Quarterback play it kind of dictate what's going on.
And I want to see what Belichick do. I want to see what Belichick do in North Carolina this year.
I don't. Oh, that's big too.
That's real big. Yeah, I want to see what Belichick do.
We don't even know if Bill Belichick gonna make it to his first game. Billy?
His girlfriend scratching him out right now. She's doing too much.
She's not doing good.
The way they talking, Bill Belichick. The articles came out. He might not even coach no more.
So June 1st, before June 1st, his buyout is $20 million. After June 1st, his buyout's $1 million. That's what's scary to me with the North Carolina situation. But I don't see an NFL team taking him on by June because
But his son get his job after him though, right? That's how that contract was, right?
Well, that's what's weird is that
because bro, he already got a friend in Robert, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Bill Belichick always come home and be a defensive advisor. He always come do that.
Does he want to do that? Is the question, Tonio.
Bro want to be around football. He took a fucking job at North. My fault, Mom. He took a job at UNC. He took a job at a basketball school, Billy.
He wanted to go where his girlfriend was.
Well, apparently not.
He would have followed him wherever the fuck he could have went to Maine.
I do want to just point out that the media on Shannon Sharp was talking to a 23-year-old, and Bill Belichick older than Shannon Sharp. His girlfriend's younger than this girl. Nobody said nothing.
But Bill Belichick one time
Belichick's girl didn't accuse
Bill
Belichick of raping her.
I mean, this girl didn't either. She just wanted to get paid, and when he went paid, then it came out. Come on, bro. Let's be for real. We seen this story with a lot of black athletes. Come on, bro.
We are calling a spade a spade. You're right, Tonio, but Bill is doing it, I think, a little more correctly. Where Shannon is not saying, "This is my girlfriend. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her." I think if Shannon would have just been like, "Yeah, this is who I'm talking to. Oh, put my arm around her. Blah blah blah."
It's the same thing pre-show with Cam. What he told you. He still looked like he looked. They still gonna be like.
He should have called it a free code. Just went on about the business.
I don't know why he just go to Winchester. On Winchester, get on one. Not Winchester.
Hey, I don't understand it, man. They be looking for free.
They
be looking for freaks, and they don't got to pay that much money for a free.
Go on Lamar.
Hey, Tonio. Because we're going to be close next year. You want to go to the North Carolina Clemson game? I think that's what we need to do.
Okay.
All right, then. I'm excited about it. I'm going to wear a Navy hoodie. I'm going to cut some holes in it and shit, and that's how I'm going to go to the game.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
go to the Navy game. We definitely – oh, yeah, we definitely going to talk about that, Mike, right now, actually, or in a minute. But we definitely going to a Norfolk State game, Billy, because Michael Vick is there, and that's right up the road. But I think I'm more excited for college because my Patriots still might suck. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Hey, Tonio, you heard it here first. Look, Patriots making the playoffs in the AFC.
Stop that.
Watch.
Stop that. Bet your eyebrows.
Yeah, all right.
So Cam, I would if I wasn't in the Navy. Give me another bet and I'll do it.
You can draw him back on with a Sharpie.
We can't. No, you can't.
I literally can't. Or I would take that bet 100%. I can't do that.
Bank your. Oh no, man. All right.
Hey, all right. Hey, hold on, Cam. All right. If the Patriots make the playoffs, you got chest hair?
No, I'm a real man, cuz I don't got none of that shit.
All right. So you're a bitch.
I can't help because all your hair left your head and went to your chest. I can't
It's
help
been
that.
on my chest. Hey, it's been on my chest before I lost my hair. So
Yeah, it was migraine.
Fuck you, Cam. Anyway, look.
Man, let's get the mic, people.
Listen. Shedeur killing rookie camp. Killing it right now.
Best quarterback in Cleveland. I think I said that a couple of shows ago.
Are we really surprised though, bro?
No one. Cam.
Chris is flabbergasted right now.
I'm not asking neither one of y'all. I'm asking the QB guru. Chris, are we surprised?
No.
Oh, it's no.
Chris was never against Shedeur in the first place.
Oh, yes, he was. Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
I was telling you why he got drafted lower than he should have been drafted because I don't look at shit from a surface level like y'all seem to do about every subject. Let me
sleep well, all right?
Do you think? Good night.
Go to bed.
Good night, baby. We'll see you later.
Do you think that tape will ever drop, Billy? His interview?
It'll be leaked. It'll be leaked about in 3 years. It'll be leaked.
So hold on, Cam. Though I only think it'll be leaked if the Giants do very well with Jackson Dart. If they suck, it will never be leaked. But if they do well with Jackson Dart, it will be.
All right. Well, let's say both of them do well. Is it still?
I think it'll be the opposite though, because if you suck with Dart and the team and your fan base is like, well, why the fuck didn't y'all draft Shedeur? This motherfucker sucks.
Ooh, okay.
Then you can put out the tape and be like, well, this is why we didn't draft him because he came in here doing whatever the fuck he did on the tape.
Because so Tonio too, because with that Jackson Dart's tape with the Giants has already been leaked where Brian Daboll does the shit where he says turn around, he erases the board and he's like, all right, now
the only thing you see in the tape, and like I said, don't get me wrong, Jackson Dart is my quarterback, so I ain't dissing him. All he did was tap on the fucking board. And that was it. That's all we see.
Well, this is the same dude we talking about his cadence is. That's it?
That's all we seen, bro. I done seen 2 questionable ass tapes. I'm not gonna lie. The John Gruden shit. John, what the fuck is that? That's what John Gruden wanted to say.
Yeah, John Gruden. He wanted to say that. He wanted to say that bad. This all you got? That's
what I like.
That's it.
I was gonna say that's why I like John Gruden with Barstool because he can be like, "What the fuck is that?"
That's why I don't think defensive coordinators were watching film last year because
with ESPN, John Gruden had to be like, "What happened?" Nah, and then with Barstool, John Gruden's like, "What the fuck? What do I?"
I want to see his emails with Barstool. That's what the fuck I want to see.
Yeah.
John Gruden tell no lies. That man did have some big lips.
Well, Barstool's here in black people, so
that man did have some big lips.
Getting back to it, Mike, I think right now, honestly, is probably Shedeur versus Joe Flacco. We being honest.
Joe Flacco.
They showed that picture of Kenny Pickett's hands, and I think Cleveland doing that shit to they trolling their own quarterback. So
man.
But I think Joe, a stand-up guy, he about 50.
That's a Super Bowl MVP, Cam.
He about 50. So I'm saying he gonna show on the ropes and just step down because his time came in the game. I mean,
Joe Flacco not gonna be no Ryan Tannehill shit. I don't think he gonna be on no.
Yeah, I don't think Joe there is for a check. Joe is just trying to collect the bag right now.
I don't even think Joe would give a fuck if he didn't start. Actually,
he
didn't start. He would be like, you know what? Hey, the money deposit. Yeah, all right.
He's 50.
I don't think he's 50. He old.
I don't think he's 40.
But you don't think Joe got to be about 40, man?
He got to be.
He was drafted in 06 or 07. 08.
Joe
ain't no way he's 40 now. He's
he
like
got to be 40.
37.
He ain't too far from it.
Yeah. He's probably about 37, 38.
But I
no, hey, Joe Flacco's 40.
Okay, then. Joe,
really?
Joe living life. Joe, he
played for Delaware State. He played for Delaware. So it had to be. Oh, wait. So he played for Pittsburgh. I didn't know he played for at Pittsburgh College. And then Delaware was 05 to 07, got drafted in 08 in the first round.
So,
He was with us for 10 years.
Joe might play 2 games and be like, you know what? Yeah, I got it. I'm too old for this.
It's with the fucking lethal weapon.
Yeah, I got it.
No,
It's all
no,
you.
really, realistically.
All right, Cam. I like you.
Let's just say this. Let's be real. Joe never catching Brady, right? But nobody never gonna do what Joe did in the playoffs probably ever. He had the greatest run ever. What else he got to prove? I don't got you to
Thank you, Tonio.
Deshaun Watson, I don't think I even heard.
He's too hurt. He's not even playing next year. He just tore his Achilles again. He's not playing next year.
They might throw Pickett. They might throw Pickett out there just to please some folks.
Pickett ain't making the team. They're not carrying 4 quarterbacks into the regular season.
When they realized what they had done, they did not re-sign his. They did not pick up his player option.
You think they don't cut him?
They gonna try to get.
They're not going. It's him or Flacco getting cut. One of the two.
I won't cut Flacco. Go Flacco the veteran. He know how.
Tonio.
I'm sending Kenny Pickett to New York to the Jets.
Tonio.
Huh?
The only thing here I'm saying is you can't cut Pickett because you traded for him. So you gave up a 5th rounder for him to cut him. Whereas Joe Flacco, you didn't. But I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think we think Shedeur's more athletic than he is because he's a black quarterback. Shedeur's not athletic. He was just running for his life.
I mean, Cam, I gotta stop doing this shit. You know, and you know what it is, Billy?
What's that?
I don't think Cam know this, but I got a white friend named Cam. That's what it is.
Oh, the other Cam. That's true. He does.
Not like me.
White friend. Shout out to Cam.
Not like me.
Cam, me and you are on the same page. I hate when he brings up Cam because it's like, nah, that's not me. I'm not the same
Cam,
white
this is
that's the only time I say that. That's the only time you give Lamar any credit. Not like me. No.
But
Antonio,
let's not confuse. Let me not confuse athleticism with escapability. I don't think you got to be super athletic to have escapability. He has escapability.
Not athleticism.
Yeah, but as a quarterback, you don't need super athleticism. You need escapability.
Yeah, 100%.
And pocket presence. Pocket awareness.
Antonio, everyone's hyping up Cam Ward on this draft, and I get it. He was good in Miami.
Actually, I seen tweets about why Cam Ward wasn't getting talked about, but I just wanted to address this, and I hope this shit gets clipped. Cam Ward ain't being talked about because Cam Ward had the perfect draft. Nobody had to talk about him, his negative flaws, him quitting on Miami in the half. None of that shit, when it was being brought up, after the Shedeur smear train came, Cam Ward was the perfect first round draft pick. Nothing was said about him until he got drafted. Nothing.
Now,
you going number 1.
Yep.
Let's talk more about Shedeur being a terrible fucking person.
So Tonio, the only question I'm going to have on this, and Chris, this is where I'm going to lead with you after Tonio. The clip of Shedeur and Cam doing their little offseason shit right before the draft, their pre-draft shit, where Shedeur was like, "Let's make a song," and Cam Ward said, "I play football." Was that not a big deal? I'm gonna just ask you, yes or no.
No, I think no.
Yes or no?
No.
Okay, hold on.
I'll tell you why? Go ahead.
But I'm gonna cut it to Chris.
For
real
quarterback,
quick.
yes. For any other position, no.
And this is where Cam, I'm gonna bring it to you. Does Shedeur have the cockiness of Deion Sanders? Yes or no?
Yeah. He was born with it.
Hold on. I got you. Is Shedeur the player that Deion was coming out of Florida State? Yes.
No. His daddy told him that. His daddy told him that. What we got to discuss it for?
Just fucking chill out, Cam. Hold on. It's a fucking whole thing.
Oh man.
Tonio. Should Shedeur be the day one starter in Cleveland?
Yeah,
Why?
he liked that.
I bet the difference.
And now, Cam, back to you. Go ahead. Why?
I don't think she'd be because they slept on him. I like the underdog.
Leroy's
you need
is
saving,
right?
when you need saving, I think she come in like when Joe Flacco, like just call it quits or get. He might get hurt.
So with Lamar Jackson, and this is where I'm going to ask.
I'm not going to listen to Shooter because I bet if I ask Shooter right now if Cam Ward should be the day one starter, I bet he say yeah.
Well, yeah, because who you want to start Tannehill? But so Cam, I'll come back to you.
Yeah, start who? Who you said start?
He said start Joe Flacco. So
no.
Hold on. That's what I'm asking.
In Tennessee for Shooter. Who you say start?
Oh, Cam Ward starts day one.
No,
you're the number one pick. You start.
No, he ain't ready for all that. He's not ready for all that.
Shooter just fucking. He just saying that to fit the moment.
Shooter, you're crazy. If you start Will Levis over Cam Ward, you took the number one pick. That's crazy. Cam, should Joe Flacco have set that first season with Lamar Jackson instead of week 7?
No, because I was still Joe Flacco.
So you think Joe shouldn't have set the whole year?
It wasn't Joe Flacco how that was going.
What was the record with Joe Flacco? Do you know?
Man, listen. He throw the ball, but it's more factors than that. You know how your team was.
100%. What was the record with Joe Flacco?
I'm not a Ravens fan. I don't know.
Joe Flacco had 4 wins. And Lamar came in and gave the Ravens how many wins?
I don't know.
6.
So you don't think your team rallied around him? You don't think your team,
Billy? So
I mean, you can throw some games now.
Billy, Cooper Rush
They were killing Joe Flacco. The offensive line just came to life all of a sudden.
Billy, Cooper
the offensive line just came to life.
Cooper Rush had how many wins for the? That's his name, Cooper Rush.
Yeah, he was 5-1. Chris, I don't know that answer.
Yeah, he was like 5-1
in my pocket. I was ready to just crush.
How many wins Cooper Rush had when Dak was hurt in the first few games of the season?
I think he was 4-1.
4-1, Billy. So Dak should have set out.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes, he should have.
Shut up, Billy.
Listen, look. This is the thing with the Flaccos and even with the Dak who never even won a Super Bowl. With Joe Flacco, you can argue, hey, this guy won us a Super Bowl. We're gonna give him what he needs or whatever he's asking for. Blah blah blah. Hold on, Tony. Hold on. I know you're ready to come in. Dak Prescott gets hurt, and if there's a better quarterback coming in after you, it's the Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady effect. It's the Drew Bledsoe, quote unquote, Tony Romo effect. You ain't won shit. No one gives a fuck. With Joe Flacco, the Ravens had to play that. That's a Super Bowl MVP. No, with the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, 4th round. Who gives a fuck? Cooper Rush, 6th round. Let's see what you got. Drew Bledsoe, you're a great dude in Buffalo. You were a great dude in New England. You're a great dude in Dallas. But you ain't won a Super Bowl, so I could bounce you, and I'm going to play Tony Romo. Come on, Tonio. Come on, man.
Where were you going with this argument, Billy?
Yeah, I'm still waiting on the point.
What does this have to do with Shedeur and Cleveland?
With Joe Flacco being 40 years old, he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. It doesn't matter. He didn't win a Super Bowl with Cleveland. You fucking bounce him because you traded for Kenny Pickett. You literally traded to him. So you
I can trade Kenny Pickett again.
Huh?
I can trade Kenny Pickett again.
But you're gonna get.
I can send him to New Orleans now since
Billy,
Derek Carr gone.
Hold on, Cam. You remember how Billy said he was gonna go get a clip of you saying OKC in 5? Billy, I can go pull a clip of you saying Pittsburgh did the dumbest shit ever in drafting a kid from fucking Pittsburgh to be their starting quarterback.
Yes.
So why the fuck would Cleveland trade for him and make him any better than he was?
No. If I'm Cleveland, it's harder for me to trade him now because I traded to go get him.
It don't matter.
Do you think he's going to be with Cleveland after next year because they didn't pick up his option? This is last year.
You're going to trade
Billy,
Gabriel.
Do the Jets need a quarterback or no?
No.
The Saints need one.
Do the Saints not need a quarterback? Does Pittsburgh not need another option?
Kenny Pickett
Cleveland
better
took
than Rudolph.
Gabriel in the 3rd round. They're not
Kenny
trading
Pickett better than
Gabriel.
Rudolph.
But if I'm but that Chris, before I get to the other quarterbacks, yes, Chris, that's what I'm saying. They traded Kenny Pickett and they gave up a 5th round pick. You're not getting anything better for Kenny Pickett to trade him again. That's why I think you keep him.
But Billy.
But you're not keeping him after next year. You didn't pick up his option. He's a free agent. He's gone.
I don't give a fuck because what did I do? I traded up in the 1st round and lost out on Travis Hunter. So I got a 1st round pick coming next year anyway. I don't give a fuck about losing Kenny Pickett.
That's a good point. That is a good point. I'm just saying that's a good point. Damn.
You're losing him at the end of the year anyway.
So it don't matter. I'm getting rid of him. I'm sending him to the Jets for whatever you want.
Mike, Pittsburgh is getting Aaron Rodgers. They'll be all right.
They won't. He's 40 as well. He's 42.
So is it time to talk about this Derrick Henry getting the money after 30? Because I've been waiting on this shit the whole fucking show.
I mean, you running back bias.
You know what, Chris?
Say something negative.
Absolutely. Let's move on. Chris, go ahead. Derrick Henry gets some money. What do you think?
I wanted to bring this up. Do y'all know who the next leading rusher of over 30 years old in the NFL was last year after Derrick Henry had his 1,900 yards?
Not Saquon, not Josh Jacobs. Over 30.
It's going to be nobody that you're thinking of.
Jonathan Taylor?
Jonathan Taylor's not 30. He might be 30 now. He wasn't 30 last year. I think he's like 27.
Oh, okay.
I'll save everybody the time. Taysom Hill was the 2nd leading rusher in all of football for players over 30 years old last year with 278 yards. Taysom Hill. I'll say that one more time in case y'all didn't hear. Not a running back. Talking about Taysom Hill, the white guy for the Saints.
So you thinking he finna slide that bad?
No, I think he's the exception that proves the rule. I don't think this contract for Derrick Henry is necessarily bad. The next 2 leading rushers, the only other 2 guys that had over 200 yards rushing over the age of 30 last year, Raheem Mostert also had 278 yards, and Geno Smith had 272. So 2 running backs in the whole league had over 200 yards rushing last year. So we can laugh about this and talk shit about me saying, oh, Chris don't like running backs. You don't think they should get paid over 30. They fucking shouldn't, but Derrick Henry's an exception. He's a
how many of them 30-year-olds got the ball like Derrick Henry?
How many 30-year-old starters were there? That's a good question.
That's the next question.
So you think the NFL, the people running teams are just throwing people out as soon as they hit 30 for no reason? No reason at all?
I mean, who you know?
Okay, since we want to do this stupid ass argument,
who cares?
Can you name me the top 5 players in rush yards per game after the age of 30 for the whole history of the NFL?
Come on with it.
Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith is 4th. He averaged 61.9 rush yards a game after the age of 30.
After 30? Really? Frank Gore? Frank Gore's probably up there.
Frank Gore averaged 55.3 yards a game after 30. He just played 37 years after his 30th birthday.
Fred Taylor?
Well, I'm just gonna save y'all the time. John Henry Johnson is number 5. He was born in 1929. He had 60.4 yards. Emmitt Smith was 4th with the 61.9. John Riggins, a guy born in the 40s, he had 70.8. And then Walter Payton had 77.7. Curtis Martin had 86.9 rush yards per game. If we just want to look at total yards, if Derrick Henry just gets his career average rushing yards this upcoming season, which is a little bit over 1,400, that will immediately put him right in front of Walter Payton, right behind Walter Payton for 6th all time for rushing yards over the age of 30.
Which is great. That's a good stat.
Yeah, I mean, that's great for Derrick Henry. It's not great for the people who think you should pay all running backs over 30.
Alvin Kamara going to get paid as well whenever it's time for him to get a contract.
I think Alvin's on his last contract. He's not going to get paid after this.
Alvin's not getting a big deal because he can't stay healthy. McCaffrey's not going to get another deal
Josh
because
Jacobs
he can't
gonna
stay
get another
healthy.
big deal.
Josh Jacobs has 3 years left before he hits 30. By the time he hits 30, he's probably done too.
No, he. I don't know why you're a running back hater. I don't understand that.
It's not
because the facts show that you don't pay running back set.
I mean, if he reducing, why not?
So here's the thing, Cam.
They don't produce after 30 is the fucking point.
Hold on, Chris. The argument, Cam, with the running backs is Josh Jacobs did really great with the Packers. What was he doing? He was doing the same thing with Oakland or with Vegas, and they weren't doing shit. Saquon was doing great in New York, and they weren't doing shit. And he goes to these great – same thing with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was doing great shit with Tennessee, but what they're doing? Nothing. Same thing with Baltimore. He goes to Baltimore and try to get a chip. We haven't done shit with Derrick Henry. What does it matter that you're paying these running backs? It doesn't matter.
Making it to the playoffs is doing shit. Y'all got to stop that shit. You got to stop saying, oh, we just flailed out. We went 8-8. You didn't do that.
Who?
You, motherfucker. What do you mean? Who?
Who went 8-8 with a great running back?
No, I said you got to stop saying y'all didn't do shit.
The Ravens didn't do shit. We're supposed to win the Super Bowl. We didn't even get – come on, man.
Who is the key contributor saying it's hard? You try to win Super Bowl, it's hard.
That's me.
That's you. Shut the fuck up then. When it's coming, we didn't do shit. We just made it to the playoffs. Billy, is it not hard to make it to the playoffs?
100%.
Shut the fuck up. That ain't make sense.
How good do we think LaDainian Tomlinson was in his career? Just throwing out a name that was probably the best running back for a decade this century.
Did really well. It was a one AFC title game.
But he was the top running back in the sport, yes or no? For a decade.
No.
Yes, he was. Are you high?
No.
All right, Cameron, you're being fucking retarded.
You said, did you
Y'all want to take a guess how many rushing yards he had after the age of 30?
Not a lot. He went to the Jets.
He didn't even hit 2,000.
You know 2,000 is a lot of yards, right?
He played 3 years and didn't get 2,000 rushing yards total over 3 years. That's
but
700 yards a year.
Like he said, he went to the Jets.
You mean at a time when Rex Ryan was the head coach and all they did was run the fucking football?
Who else? Who did he share? Did he share
Thomas
the ball?
Jones was the other running back that was there.
Okay.
If he was still LaDainian Tomlinson after the age of 30, is he sharing the ball with anybody? Nope. Fuck no. He's getting 1,800 yards a year like he did in San Diego.
Chris,
come on now.
Is he only had 75 carries in that second year versus the first year where he had 219. Chris, come on, man. Tell him.
What's up, Bubba?
What was that, Antonio?
Just walked on.
Tell him why. Tell him why. He didn't even play hard. He didn't have enough carries.
Don't say you got to be healthy. You still got to be healthy after 30.
What was the best?
Another argument against paying him after 30.
Right now got some of the best stats you ever see right now.
Who was the best running back in the last 10 years to win the Super Bowl?
Last 10? Marshawn Lynch.
Last 10?
Marshawn Lynch.
Was that 2014? So that wasn't 10 years ago. Or it would be. I like that you're hanging on to the cusp. That was good.
I mean, if you want to bring up Lynch, here's another example. He had 4 consecutive years over 1,200 yards rushing. At the age of 29, he had 400 yards retired.
Saquon Barkley. You just won this year.
Absolutely. That's where my mind was going, was Saquon Barkley.
No disrespect to Marshawn, but
no. But that's what I was gonna say was, look at the team that Saquon had too. Look at that defense.
Saquon could have easily amassed the record if he wasn't
a good dude. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, no, he was too humble.
If he was messing with y'all,
too humble.
Who was the running back for Denver when they won the Super Bowl? Does anybody know?
No.
No. Who was the running back for Kansas City when they won that first Super Bowl?
You're mixing up value of. I'm not arguing value of running backs. I'm arguing strictly production over 30.
Statistically, the last 10 years, the best running back has been
Derrick Henry, 100%. Now, that's where my argument comes from a Ravens perspective, because yes, is Derrick Henry the best running back we've seen in the last 10 years? 100% easy. That's an easy answer, yes. But if you have a Lamar Jackson, who is arguably the best quarterback in the NFL, you should be doing more than losing before the AFC title game. You should be doing more than losing the AFC championship game. The Chiefs have had Isaiah Pacheco. The Chiefs have had the LSU running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire, right? These Super Bowl winning teams.
Damian Williams was they shit in 2019.
That first Super Bowl should have been Clyde. No, that's who they drafted after that Super Bowl. You're right. But
yeah, Sonny Michel.
Did
the last 10 years, the best running back might be LeGarrette Blount.
I love LeGarrette Blount.
LeGarrette Blount was running back on 2 different Super Bowl teams back to back. He won with the Patriots, left next year, won with the Eagles. Crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Adrian Peterson played 7 years after the age 30. He only had 3,200 yards rushing after the age of 30.
Yeah, he played with the Redskins and the Lions and the
he was fighting too much.
You go to numerous different teams because you're not good enough to get paid.
He was trying to be a good daddy, man. Y'all were killing him in the media.
All he did was spank his son. It was crazy. And then just
do good players go to a new team year after year after year after year in free agency?
In the NFL, no, not really.
Okay, so if Adrian Peterson was still good after the age of 30, he would have stuck around one team until he decided to hang it up.
Now if you go to New Orleans.
All right, hey, next week, hey, we're going to talk about Phil Jackson, and we're going to cover a more running back diverse NFL topic. But we've been kind of carrying on.
In 2018, AP had 1,000 yards in Washington. He won't tell you that.
He had almost 900 yards the next year, and he still only finished with 3,200 yards for his whole 30s, and he played 7 years.
Chris, you get 10 yards right now, and I'll give you $7.
Over 64 games played into his 30s.
He can't get
Steve Young, a white quarterback, is 14th all-time in rushing yards after the age of 30.
Because it's a quarterback. It's easy to run the ball as a quarterback. Stop that.
It's not easy.
Tom Brady got 1,000 career yards, Billy.
I can see that. Years.
Tom Brady got 1,000 career yards. Chris, you don't believe me? Look it up.
How many times have you seen Aaron Rodgers take off in his 30s?
A lot.
What the fuck?
Aaron Rodgers did that. He was big on the.
He liked tunning people with the ball. Chris, are you drunk too?
He don't run the ball no more at all since he got his collarbone broke this last time. That was.
We got it in the show. We're at an hour 50. Next week we are going to talk about Phil Jackson, and we're going to talk more about the running backs right here. But well. That's scary.
Mike, and fuck him. He ain't gonna do nothing, Mike, but get high again and see invisible people. Fuck him.
You would take him in New England right now.
The hell, I'll take you in New England. Shit, that's the hell.
Oh shit. Cam, we got to get on that New England bet. We'll figure something out for both of us. All right. But we appreciate the 3 people listening in now. Hey, join us next week. Like I said, when we talk about Phil Jackson, we're going to talk about more of the running back position in the NFL and how it's going. We appreciate y'all listening and peace.
Make sure y'all follow, like, share, subscribe, and make sure y'all find me Friday to tell me happy birthday, all right?
Okay. And please, my man Willie B going to take me to a barber in Houston Saturday. If I come back with a hat on, I got $200 on the bounty on his head.
We gonna
Right. That's a big time.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Brick shots with Billy Antonio.
Fit them old bricks. Ballin' like a with all these bricks.